Other than Michigan's Hunter Dickinson, who is making a big announcement. And I think I know it by the look of the shirt you're wearing, Hunter. What are you doing? You going back to school, or are you going to go pro?
Yeah, I'm coming back to Michigan for one more year.
All right, so take me through that decision and the process, because from my sources and what they told me, you flip flopped quite a bit here. You were close to going pro and saying, you know what, I'm out, but you decided to come back. What was the biggest reason?
Yeah, like you said, there was a lot of flip flopping for me. It was a really tough decision. When you're talking about like the rest of your life, it was a really hard decision, and I spent a lot of nights, just up at night thinking about this decision, and I just really felt like coming back, doing one more year was just the safest approach for me. Just being able to, like, I really enjoyed last year. That was something that was a big factor. Like the guys, the team, even though we didn't have a normal year because of COVID and everything, I really enjoyed the basketball part of things. And, next year, hopefully, having it be a more normal year, I just felt like, giving it one more year was the best option for me.
What did the NBA guys tell you? What are the things that you need to work on? And you've already started to get your body. You've lost 10 pounds, right? I mean,
Yeah.
what were the kind of the key things that you're going to work on here so that you can be in a better position a year from now?
The biggest thing that they want to do, or they want to see, is see me make threes, like, for an entire season. I mean, they saw me make threes in the workouts and they were impressed with my shot and stuff like that. But they want to see it over the course of a whole entire season. And then, of course, trying to, use my right hand more and stuff like that, and just be able to guard the ball screens, be able to show that I can switch and hard hedge and stuff like that are some things they wanted. And so, that's stuff that I've been working on over the summer, and, I'll continue to work on here in the summer leading into the fall.
Was there a point where you thought you were gone? Was there a day when you woke up and you're like, you know what, I'm done?
Yeah, no, there was probably more than a day. It was probably, a week, probably a couple weeks that, I thought that I was just ready, for the NBA and ready for the next step in my journey. But like I said, there was a lot of flip flopping, and I guess, it was just lucky that coming back to Michigan was the last flip flop.
Well, now you can go to Chipotle. You can go to a Michigan football game. I mean, that's part of it for you also, wasn't it? Not being able to really have that student athlete experience as a, your only year.
Yeah, I mean, outside of, I think the biggest factor for me was, the places where the teams had me picked. I was probably going to be a mid-second round pick, in like the late 40s, and teams saying if you come back for one more year, you're really going to have to play your way out of the first round. And for me, I feel like I'm a first round talent, and being at the end of the second round wasn't something that I wanted to be. But right under that part was that college experience that you were talking about. Michigan is known for its football and the stadium and all that. And, being able to go to a couple of football games is something that, that's one of the reasons why I chose Michigan. I mean, the alumni base, the support, the social aspect to Michigan is, really underrated, and something that I really missed out on, and something that I was upset that I missed out on. And being able to kind of experience that next year was something that was really important for me.
How important was it too that you're going to come back to a different team? No doubt. I mean, a lot of different pieces, but a talented recruiting class, some really good transfers coming in, another team that can probably compete, for a Big Ten title and for a Final Four appearance.
Yeah, I mean, with Coach Howard now, with this new era of Michigan basketball, I mean, obviously we're competing for Big Ten championships because, it's one of our goals, but every year we're in the consideration for a national championship. And I mean, this year coming up is going to be no different. I think, with the team that we have, I think it's, really underrated right now, like it was last year. I think I've seen some polls where people have us in the top 25, but, that's okay. I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm just excited to, get better with the guys over the summer, and just keep improving every day, trying to get better, bring the young guys along, bring the new transfers along, and, just, get that chemistry that we had with last year's team.
Yeah, I had you a little bit underrated a year ago. I think in the preseason, I think I had you at like 37. or
A
something like
a
that.
lot of people had us underrated. It's fine. It's fine. You weren't the only one.
Those Michigan fans, though, they can be a little. I didn't realize how relentless they can be, Hunter. They were on me.
Yeah, no. Michigan Twitter is definitely active. I mean, you can't, they're active for sure.
Hey, what makes Juwan Howard such a good coach? Because I've said think about this, most former NBA players do not make it as college coaches. They're not successful because the work ethic, they've got $100 million in the bank. They don't need it as much. Why is Juwan Howard, you think, the outlier?
I mean, Coach Howard is just a special person. Like, he's not like everybody else. Everybody says that, that person is special, but Coach Howard really is. I mean, he's just a different guy. Like, he's just, I think he's one of the best human beings I've ever been around. And so, that obviously helps him. But I think the biggest thing and the most underrated thing that, not a lot of people talk about is his staff. I mean, Coach Howard is a really smart guy. And I guess, one of the sayings is, the smartest person knows when he's not the smartest person in the room. And, he brought along a really good staff. I mean, you got Coach Isley, who played in the NBA, coached the NBA, just a great basketball mind. Sadie Washington, I mean, another great basketball mind. And then, you got the legend Phil Martelli, Philadelphia Phil. I mean, he knows everything about everything when it comes to the game of basketball. And so he really surrounded himself with a good staff. And I think that's something that helped him out incredibly. I mean, when you got four really good basketball minds, just brainstorming and throwing ideas off the walls, for game plans and stuff like that. I mean, it's great things are going to happen for sure.
Well, listen, congrats. Happy to have you back in college for another year. I'm going to move Michigan up in my preseason poll a little bit, make sure I'm taking care of those Wolverine fans and they're not on me. But again, happy to have you back. Congrats on the decision, and looking forward to seeing you in Ann Arbor soon.
Thank you.